morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? Nice to see all of you on this gorgeous day. I'm Reverend Tracy and delighted to welcome you to our community of love and support and friendship and fun and joy. And did I leave anything else out? No, I think that's it. All of those things. Yeah. How good it is to come together and remind each other, remind ourselves that life is greater than our to-do lists and our sense of obligation and whatever else we're dragging with us from the past, that truly we are spiritual beings having a wonderful experience, and it is really good to do it together, so welcome. I want to say hi to our friends online. Everybody wave. We have lots of folks that tune in, and if not today, then later. And we welcome you also into this community, for we know that in God there is no space or time. All right, so we have a lovely morning set up for you today. We've got Jeff on the keyboards, and we welcome back Tina Meeks to bring us some music. That means we will be rocking out at some point today. Our practitioner on platform is Nisa Burrows. Nisa will do our opening invocation. She'll do a reading for us as well. And remember that our practitioners are available after service for prayer support. If you have anything on your heart or mind, whether you're celebrating or struggling, either way, they're really, really good at knowing the truth and making a difference in your life. So thank you all for coming, and I say we get started by getting centered, shall we? Let's take a moment. If you haven't already, please silence your cell phones. Clear your laps, clear your minds. If you're comfortable right where you are, close your eyes and let the sound of the bowl take you within. For there is that place within us that harmonizes with all that is. That place where we remember that you and I and Spirit are all one in truth.
And in this oneness, with the one life, the one love, the one power, we know that each one here lives, moves, and has being within divine mind, within the source, within a universe of infinite possibilities. And in this perfect moment, I know and accept and trust that each one here receives exactly what is meant for them to hear, to experience, to use in their life. That which is perfect. And I trust that we surrender and allow today's message to resonate and give birth to new life, new love, new power, new joy, and in this now moment, it is so, it is already done. In gratitude, I know it, and so it is. My reading today is from Science of Mind, April 2017, and Reverend Michael Gott had done these blurbs, the daily blurbs for the Science of Mind magazine that month. This one's entitled Part of Something Larger Than Myself. The more you lose yourself in something bigger than yourself, the more energy you will have, says Norman Vincent Peale. We approach and contact the larger spirit through our own spirit or conscious mind, and that's from the textbook, page 122. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. These lyrics are widely known and greatly beloved in the New Thought community. They point to two fundamental truths in our teaching. First, that we can be change agents in the larger world, and second, that this happens only when we look within. Truly, we can't heal the world or our family or our church or our nation until we heal ourselves. And so we do this work, study, reflection, prayer, meditation. These are just a few things that we can do in our personal evolution. For me, my primary paths have been affirmative prayer and New Thought teaching, talk therapy, and 12-step recovery. I've discovered that each of these tools has been like a flashlight shining on my soul from different angles, helping me to heal. Whatever the work may be, rest assured that as long as we have body, we have some work to do. We can't wait to get perfect before we start helping others. Some old belief lack or constriction or not enough, then we let go when we say we are free in that area to give our gift, and we must. We are part of an infinite whole. We're only truly ourselves when we are consciously connected to spirit and to our brothers and sisters on earth. I open my heart and mind to the spirit of life. I allow the light of truth to shine upon me now, trusting it reveals who I am more clearly. I give generously, knowing that I am an infinite source by God.
I met a prophet as dark as the night. She said, shadows make you whole. A life without pain is a wolf in sheep's clothes. 'Cause if you listen to the message that it holds, you'll find the gold. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside of yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Well, I can remember when I was a child, how the grown folks seemed so crazy. Why are they so angry? Why are they so loud? And when I grow up, that's never ever tall, too tall to fall. Now it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside of yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Oh, courage is not being hard. No, it's time to peel back all of the layers you put between who you are and who you're meant to be. Oh, just be who you are. Just go be who you are. So much disappointment to finally understand that there's no such thing as perfect. We're all simply doing the best that we can. And we have a choice to live or truly be alive. Oh, hey, child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside of yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. It's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside of yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. So do with these words. I got a little bit more to say. What? That's hilarious. I was thinking it might be ending too, but listen to this. This is the ending. Do with these words what you will. Whew. Now it's time to be for real. And you'll be stuck on the ground until you finally break the shell. Thank you.
That was good. I had to move twice because I had to see you sing it. I couldn't see from back there, so. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We're so blessed to have you. Thank you for coming. Yes, yeah. Yes, and keyboard master over here. Nice recovery, by the way. Way to go with the flow. So today, on our theme of infinite you, based on the book This Thing Called You, we're talking about the phrase, "In God we trust." And if we are to know ourselves as spiritual beings, it means that we believe in something we can't see, right? That's what trust is. And so let's take a look at that. You know, we call ourselves spiritual and not religious. But what do we mean when we talk about having faith? Faith in what? Or in who? Or in how? I don't know. What faith? What does that really mean? And when we talk about God, in this context of Science of Mind, what do we mean by God? And is it the same as everybody else? Is it the Christian God or the Hindu gods or Mother Nature or the One Spirit or something else? Yes. Well, Ernest Holmes has a lot of the, I'm quoting from Ernest Holmes from this thing called You for most of today. This particular quote comes from his book, Living Without Fear. And he says, to be spiritually minded is to believe in the presence of spirit and to trust its intelligent response to us in accordance with law. Spirit is but another name for life. So to be spiritually minded, then, is to completely believe in life and in the responsiveness of life to our own aspirations. And he says, when you use the word God, you mean the power that creates everything, that gives life to everything. Now, through the centuries, there have been many names for God, many ideas of what this supremeness is. Every spiritual path, all continents, all ages, there is an evolving and transformational idea of what it means to be spiritual and what we would consider as humanity, what we consider God to be. The thing is, when you try to define something infinite using words, you know, the word definition has the word finite in it. It doesn't really work. Greater philosophies than I have tried. So I probably will not answer that question completely to your satisfaction today, but we can get a larger idea, a deeper idea of what we mean when we talk about God. Now, Ernest Holmes has a list of names for God, and if you read any or all of his books, you will continue to find more. But here's a partial list. He says God is the first cause, the creator, the great I am, the one, the spirit, the creative energy, which is the cause of all visible things. He says God is love, wisdom, intelligence, power, substance, mind, as in consciousness, the original life, the infinite source. It is the good. God is filled with peace. It is the essence of purity. It is the ultimate of intelligence. It is power. It is law. It is life. It is in us. When we think of something greater than we are also changed. We can't help but live in a greater way when we have a bigger picture of what life is and what that life is in us. Now, through all of these iterations of what God may or may not be, even in Science of Mind, you'll find references to he and him and his, and yet he also talks about God as that principle of intelligence, that cause, the thing itself. In other words, what life is, what spirit is, the isness of life, so to speak. I find it very hopeful that the Church of England announced it is forming a commission to study the use of gender-neutral language in referring to God. A church spokesperson said that Christians have recognized since ancient times that God is neither male nor female. There are a few elders of a few churches who miss that message. They didn't quite get that. And yet, there's something in us that resonates with that. When I hear prophet as she, as it was in your song, when someone refers to God in the feminine, when someone says mother, father, God, meaning the all-encompassing nurturer of life, something in me resonates. Because there is something greater than our personal expression of what we think God is, and yet it is that greater than that lives in us, waiting to be discovered. Think back to a time when you were in the middle of something. Maybe you were working at your desk, or you were reading a book, or you were making dinner, or out on the trail, and you sensed someone come into your space. Like a coworker standing in the doorway waiting for you to look up, or somebody behind you on the trail, or somebody wandered into the kitchen wondering what was for dinner, and that's usually a very short, four-legged black and white dog in my house. We have something in us that senses a presence. And if we magnify that, if we amplify that, we all sense the presence of a power greater than we are, by any name. We all know there is life that is greater than our particular culture, or our particular town, or our specific family. There's something about life that moves in an infinite way. There's something about beauty and truth and wisdom that is ever expressing, not limited by the headlines of the day or my personal to-do list. Holmes says that God is not a person. God is a presence personified in us. So the presence of life through each of us, like a prism reflecting light. We're all a little bit different, and yet it's that same life. God is a presence personified in us. Spirituality is not a thing. It is the atmosphere of God's presence. It is the atmosphere of goodness and truth and beauty. So I ask you, what if your best moments in life were simply another name for God? What if that time you made a statement to a friend of yours and it created such clarity and relief you could see it on their face and they felt the benefit? What if the silent presence of someone sitting next to you in your grief was really the presence of God? What if the baby's laugh you hear across the room that makes you smile and then makes you laugh? What if that's God? What if that beautiful view that you come upon as you round the bend in the forest, or the depth of connection that you feel looking into someone's eyes, what if that's what God is? That spark of creativity that gets you cooking or painting or writing or speaking or raising children or raising food. What if that inspiration is what God is? Another name for God is what we feel and experience and express as life. It is this living of life. That is what we know to be spirit. Science of Mind teaching says that there are truths to be told in all spiritual paths, in any religion, in any teaching that wants to bring us closer to who we really are. And so Patanjali, Hindu author and mystic, writes, when you are inspired by some great beauty or sense of purpose or some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations, your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. And isn't that true when we find something in our life that ignites us, that kindles our enthusiasm, that inspires our curiosity? It's not just that we're excited and we go do stuff. It's that we tap into a power that pulls us along, that lifts us up, that lights up the world around us and attracts others. That force within us is spirit in action through us. It's the greatness of the consciousness that we are that we discover moment by moment by moment. And all it really takes is our awareness of it. Holmes says, we do not will this presence into existence, nor do we by declaration, affirmation, or demand command it. We don't make this happen. We do not court it through false humility, nor engage its attention by admiration. The presence, the power is already there. It is the willingness, acceptance, and recognition which give entrance to the divine presence. It is faith and acknowledgement which permit its creative power to flow through us. So we are not making something happen. We use affirmations not to create something in the world, but to put ourselves in alignment with the good that is already here, with the spirit that is already within, with the power of beauty and love and wisdom that we already are and that the world so desperately wants. Which brings us to this idea of faith. What is it we believe in? You know, we trust that troubles don't last forever, that hurts are healed, that difficulties are overcome. It's faith that a source of strength and renewal lies within to lead us through the dark into the sunshine. There's something in us that believes there's a way forward, that believes there's a healing that can happen, that believes that there is something grander waiting to come through, waiting to be born. And even in the midst of our own troubles, even when we ourselves don't see it, can't feel it, can't find it, if someone or some reading or some song appears to us that says, hey, don't give up. There's hope. There's a way. Come on, I'll help. Come on, I see you. It's going to be all right. You've done hard things before. We are reminded, put back into our consciousness what is already there. That power to live, that power to be transformed, that power to lift up not only ourselves, but those around us. It's a given. It's already been given. We're just called to remember. We're just called to remind each other. We're just called to take the action necessary to be with the people who support us or the organizations that love us into existence so that we might be that light that we can see in our mind's eye so that it's never completely dark, ever. Richard Rohr reminds us that the protagonists in so many fairy tales are already nobles or royalty, daughters and sons of the king or even of the gods, but their identity is hidden from them. And the storyline pivots around this discovery. And you know, every story is our story. There's a reason that we love the stories of the baby that's left in the rushes by the river, that's raised by the royal family, that turns out to be, Moses. I remember that guy. We have that in us. There's a part of us that remembers that we are royalty. We are children of the Most High and can be nothing less. And it takes an awareness on our part to get there again, right? So Holmes defines faith as an affirmative mental approach to reality. You know, he loves his words, but if I translate that, it says looking at life and expecting it to be good. That's what faith is. I look at life and I expect it to be good. And if it doesn't look good, I expect it to get good. That's what an affirmative mental approach is. And then we practice that in many ways, right? We take classes, we do prayer, we come on Sunday mornings, maybe we come on Wednesday nights, we read books, we hang out with nice people, we look for the spiritual nature of things. But it's not the form of the treatment that you give, Holmes says, or the prayer which you make that gives it power. Rather, it is your faith. It's when you feel the truth of what you're saying. And Charles Fillmore, the Unity minister, says, so many people pray and pray, but they don't get the action. It's not just praying, it's doing. You must do something. The thing is, when we tap into the spiritual nature of our own hearts, we are inspired, we are motivated to move. When we feel something, it's emotion. It puts us in motion. We must express. If we are truly in contemplation and prayer and meditation and spiritual mind treatment, in the moment we are still. When we complete that process, we are moved to move, to be that which we have tapped into. Love is a verb. We are a verb. Holmes says activity is the joy of life flowing through you. You've probably had someone in your life, usually a parent or a teacher, when you have been a grumpy child or irritable or acting out or just being a pain in the neck, being told to go outside and play. Come back when it gets dark. Activity is the joy of life flowing through you. When we move, we release all that pent up whatever it is so that we can think clearly, so that we can be present, so that energy is not simply swirling around like a ping pong ball in our heads, driving us crazy, driving your mother crazy. It's good to move. The thing is, we're here to live life. Right? We're called to be our infinite selves. That means all of who we are. All of who we are deserves our awareness, our time, our attention, so that we can be present for others, so that we can be present to the world in a way that is healing, that is uplifting, that is not simply a knee-jerk response to what's going on. Knowing ourselves, knowing the infinite nature of life, knowing that spirit is within, gives us the ability to trust ourselves to be the light in a conversation, in a relationship, in our creative endeavors, in the world. It allows us to choose not to argue, but to be clear, to stand in love, to speak peace. This is who we're called to be. This is the God within that we can truly trust, that we can have faith in. For life is for us. That is what we believe in. Holmes says, you belong to the universe in which you live. You can trust that. You belong here. You are one with the creative genius, another name for God, with the creative genius back of this vast array of ceaseless motion, this original flow of life. You are as much a part of it as the sun, the earth, and the air. There is something in you telling you this, like a voice echoing from some mountaintop of inward vision, like a light whose origin no man has seen, like an impulse welling up from an invisible source. To realize that God is ever present, ever available, is to know that all the wisdom, intelligence, and power of the universe is right where you are. So live your life. Trust your life. Know that the Spirit within is all that there is, and it is all that you are. Namaste. Let's take a moment. And once again, close your eyes and breathe in. Becoming aware of your heart space. That place in the very center of your being that is still. That spark of light that always shines. that place of peace untouched by the world. We breathe into that space knowing that it is the greater truth of who we are. That life is this place of power and presence, of beauty and wisdom, of love. And that in this realm, this place of spiritual knowing, we find ourselves, our higher self, beyond the needs and wants of the world and the chattering and the conflicting opinions and the polarizations and the messiness of things. We find that center which knows balance and order and harmony. And so choosing to live from this place of the divine within, I see spirit everywhere I look. I see with the eyes of God. I see that there is a unifying source of all things, an infinite flow of life in all its many expressions. And it is good and very good. And where it is not good, spirit still works. And I speak my word that I might choose to act from love always. I speak my word that I might express kindness and compassion everywhere I go. That I might choose to smile instead of argue. That I might choose to walk away instead of fight. That I might choose to see the good in you when you do not see it in yourself. For I know that in each and every heart there is this place of peace. There is this source of all good. There is love. And I trust that. And I am grateful for the faith in humanity, for humanity is simply spirit expressing. Grateful for my ability to see that there is a way forward and a greater way and a bigger picture and a larger love at work. Grateful for the healing that happens, for the words that uplift, for the encouragement we share, for the community that supports, for the heart that is love. For I know that as I release these words into that universal consciousness, that one mind, this peace, this wisdom, this beauty, this love is already present, already healing, already expressing in ever greater ways through me, as me, through all. For life is, God is, Spirit is, and it is good, and so it is. I invite you to join me in our affirmation. We're using the same affirmation all month. The words of Ernest Holmes. Please repeat after me. There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. And so it is. So before you come up, Tina, we're going to reinstitute something we did for a while pre-COVID. You remember those days. We were calling it the Minute Miracle. We're going to call it the Minute Manifestation. Somewhere in your life, this philosophy works. And it's worked recently. Something's happened because of a prayer or an affirmation or a new way of thinking. Or maybe something didn't happen that used to happen because you are in a better place. Does anybody have a little short story to tell about how your life is different because of this philosophy? Diane, come on up. So they can, so they can hear you. I could drag the mic stand over to you, or you could just come up here. You don't even have to come up here. Just come over there. Yeah.
first class on prosperity, and I'm getting more money coming in now.
Thank you. All right, so let's welcome Tina Meeks back up to the microphone, please. Hang on, sit down here again.
Every day is a miracle. Yeah, well, this is a chance for us to just move. We're going to open up our hearts for the song, but you can just rock with me for a little while, all right? You can feel it if you open up your heart. Open up your heart. And you can hear it if you open up your heart. You can see it if you open up your heart. Well, and you can be it if you open up your heart. Well, you can feel the beat of love every minute. It's calling out your name. You can hear the sound of peace in the water. It's dripping on your window pane. You can see the light of hope in a rainbow shining just for you. You can be the one who dares to make a difference in the little things that you do. Oh, you can feel it if you open up your heart. And you can hear it if you open up your heart. Well, and you can see it if you open up your heart. Yeah. And you can be it. Oh, if you open up your heart. You can feel the beat of love every minute. It's calling out your name. You can hear the sound of peace in the water. It's dripping on your window pane. And you can see the light of hope in a rainbow. It's shining just for you. And you can be the one who dares to make a difference in the little things that you do. Oh, you can feel it if you open up your heart. Yeah, open up your heart. You can hear it all around you when you open up your heart. Oh, you can see it if you open up your heart. Yeah, open up your heart and you can feel it. Oh, if you open up your heart. We're gonna bring it down and just have a little conversation right here. So much of life is wasted on misery that tears us apart. Oh, true happiness is yours and you feel it when you open up your heart. Oh, you can feel it, yeah, if you open up your heart, yeah. Open your heart and you can hear it. Oh, if you open up your heart. Oh, you can see it. Well, you open up your heart. Oh, you can be it. We're gonna be it now. When you open up your heart. So everybody say, open up your heart. Open up your heart. Yeah, come on. Open up your heart. We're gonna do it. Open up your heart. That's what we're gonna do. Open up your heart. Hey, hey, hey. Open up your heart. There we go.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. And in that spirit, let's say our prosperity affirmation, if you will, For those of you in the room, there's a basket in the back. For those of you online, you can donate online with our website or our e-blast. If you have a gift to give today, say the prosperity affirmation with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. Woo! I just noticed that for the second week in a row, we did not light the candle. We're going to light it for opening up our hearts. Unless, of course, the wick is too small. Now, Ernest Holmes says the wick of our being is sunk deep into the oil of spirit. Come on. Yay, yay. There it is. There it is. Ta-da! Thank you. And it's never too late to light the lamp. Okay. Our announcements. I invite our board president, Sally, to come up and tell us what's going on.
Good morning. Good morning. First off, we want to thank Jerry Thompson for this beautiful flower arrangement. And in the back of the room, we have another beautiful arrangement from Ponce once again. Thank you. Wednesday Gateway is meeting each week in the chapel at 5:30 p.m. Bear with me. I will get through it. A time of meditation takes place at 5 p.m. in the practitioner's room. And also online. A platform reading with medium Donna Rice next Sunday, April 27th. Or 28th, sorry. And I even have it written down. 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., a $15 donation at the door. Individual appointments will also be available on Saturday, May 11th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also, way at the bottom here, we will have a Reiki share May 18th from 2 to 4 p.m. in the chapel, and it will be on a love offering basis. And we can all thank Reverend Tracy for crossing off the rest of my list because it is all our weekly and monthly activities are listed in your bulletin.
Let me borrow this real quick. Oh, that's okay. You know me, I'm a giver. I just want to point out that we do have flyers for next week's event with Donna Rice's reading. She's doing a platform reading from the front of the room to the room. It is a love offering, but $15 is the recommended donation. And that is a fundraiser for us as well as supporting Donna. She is fabulous at what she does. And if you like what you hear next Sunday, she'd be happy to make an individual reading appointment with you for the following Saturday. So do plan on staying after service next Sunday. It's going to be quite the event. If you have anyone else that you know that is interested, you don't even have to make them come to the service first. They could just come to the event afterwards at 12 if they would like to hear someone who does readings. She's amazing, just amazing, and I think that you would really enjoy what she has to offer. Okay, what else do we have? Anything else going on we should know about? All right, I think then we're good to go. Let's stand up and rock out to Eddie.
Take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me.